Hey guys, this is AKBlitzkrieg, and I'm going to be doing a online commentary battle for Rome Total War 1. This is a 1 versus 1 battle. It is Carthage versus Scythia. And I'm going to go ahead and get right into my army. I have 2 Sacred Band cavalry, 1 on each flank. In my front lines I have 3 Sacred Band spearmen, and I believe they are just bronze. And then I have 2 slingers as well, and they're unupgraded. This is a small funds battle. I'm pretty sure it was either 5K or 6K, might have been 4K too, in that general area. And then my opponent's name is Scipio Africanus, and what he brought is 1 unit of Scythian horse archers. In the center here, he has 3 units of headhunting maidens. I believe they are gold, it looks like. And then on the left, he has some archer warband, and they are bronze. So this is going to be a pretty difficult battle for me, because he can pretty much just run away from my phalanx, and I'm going to have to do a lot with his archers, and I've just got slingers, and they're definitely outranged by archers. So pretty much this battle is going to be most likely a rat chase. I'm just going to have to take this phalanx troops, and I'm just going to have to chase down his archers, and because that's really going to be the big problem here. They can withstand his cab pretty well, but the archers can just fire from the flanks and pretty much destroy my phalanxes, especially with these low upgrades they have on them. So we're gonna go ahead and start the skirmish. I'm trying to ward off his horse archers over here. We're trying to get some flank shots, but I definitely don't want. I definitely want to minimize the casualties I sustain. So I'm gonna go ahead and move up my slingers over here and try to get some shots off at them. Because out of all the archer units, these are probably the ones that worry me most, because they are so mobile. You know, I can't chase them with my cab because he does have a cab superiority here. And see, he's going to try to kill some slingers, but I actually want him to engage, because I want to run up my phalanx into his horses. So I'm going to see what I can do. And he catches my Sacred Band right here, but then I run in my phalanx pikemen. I'm going to try to kill a couple, but he manages to escape. He's got pretty fast troops, so I took a bit more losses. Right now I'm just trying to... I know I'm not going to win this skirmish fight, so it's kind of more just try to get him to use his resources and get what I can at least. And waste some of his ammo on my slingers and stuff like that. And I made a mistake right over here. I turned these guys around and without running them, and they took a couple of losses, but there's a lot of them, so I'm not too worried about it at this point. And they do turn around. And I'm just trying to kind of protect my slingers here. I want to keep them out. I want them to get enticed by this and charge into them, because I really want to catch them with my Sacred Band spearmen. And here you can see these guys go into their circle. I think it's contraband circle, or however you pronounce it. And they're actually taking a pretty good amount of losses for my slingers. Once I get in range, I have to make some sacrifices and keep moving them, because they keep getting out of range and stuff like that. So I have to shift my army a little bit. And you'll see that I actually run them pretty far out. Really trying to entice them still. But he does have these headhunting maidens guarding his Scythian horse archers. These guys. And over here he starts firing his archers onto my cavalry, and I noticed that, and I'm going to try to move them away out of range if I can. And don't want to take any shots. He should be using regular arrows rather than flaming arrows, but they still do a good amount of damage. It's just not as effective. They're a little bit more inaccurate and stuff like that. So, and now he's taking shots at my slingers, and they're kind of facing away, so it's gonna hurt. But like I said, this is just more of a deterrent to get him to make him waste his ammunition. So the less he uses on my Sacred Band, the better off I am. Right here, I'm going to run up my cav, and I noticed that there's not that much support for cav. It's mostly on his right wing, so I'm going to see if I can maybe go out there and route one of his archer warbands. And yes, there's going to be this one, but I'm also going to be bringing up these Sacred Band soon. So as you can see, they're trying to catch it, and I'm going to run up my Sacred Band, see if I can engage them. And of course, they get away. They're a lot faster, so that's expected. I really just am waiting for a mistake. And while that happened, these guys actually routed one of my units to slingers when I wasn't paying attention. I was too distracted with this, trying to get these archer warbands because they're my main focus here. But I still have another unit, so we're still not done with this skirmish quite yet. He's still taking shots at them with the Scythian archers. I'm going to get these guys back into formation. And here he actually, I think he accidentally charges one of these in, and they take a good amount of losses right there, which is what I've been trying to do this time. I think I'm taking actually some shots at maybe his archer warband this time. Not sure what those guys are shooting at. They're about dead right now. We're only down to 32. It's about half gone, and I already lost one whole unit, so. Here I am going to make another charge, and while I'm doing that, I'm charging these guys towards these horses, and I do actually catch them, but they're pretty strong. They've got pretty big morale, and here I am getting them in a pincer there, or trying to. I did get a couple, and he's actually bringing in support over here. Here comes some more headhunting maidens. And that's when I bring up my other phalanxes to help support. And right there, they catch the headhunting maidens. You get a good amount of kills, and then I'm going to try to catch them, get them to turn around again. While I'm doing that, I'm running these guys up. And here I am going to charge his archer warband once more. But then I don't want to get caught, so I turn them around and try to really want them to charge my Sacred Band. And I know that's a lot to ask. It's pretty obvious not to do that. I think they catch him right here for a second, but they notice and run away. And here is actually, I believe, where I do catch them. But they don't rout. They can withstand a charge pretty well, these barbarian archer units. They've got pretty decent melee and defense. So, but as you can see right back here, I'm going to try to pincher in his general right here. See what I can do, but he routs my cav, and he's able to actually get out of there. So pretty much at this point, I have some slingers back here, almost only 2, so they're pretty much dead, but I'm pretty much down to my phalanx at this point. At this point, I know I'm gonna have to get rid of these archers, and otherwise they're just gonna shoot me to death, so I'm just gonna go on a full sprint towards these archers here soon. After I try to get this cav. See, they're targeting my the rears right here. We're trying to. And I know my guys are gonna get exhausted, and but their guys will get exhausted too. And I mean, it's just gonna be a big chase from here on. Big cops and robbers. And here's where we start the chase. My army's gonna get a little bit split up here. You'll see, but it should be all fine. The Carthaginians. So yeah, I really enjoying doing these commentaries. I've only done a couple. I've only posted one, and this will be my second one. But I'm really excited to start doing them for Rome Total War 2, and that game's gonna be a lot better. Of course, it's a lot more refined and better graphics. It's not from 2005, so Really excited to start doing those, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them too. And here, this guy's trying to distract my guys, but by getting really close with his cav and threatening them. But they're not much of a threat. I mean, these guys won't take much losses, even from rear charges. They'd still probably lose more more horses than I would lose infantry. So I'm just gonna kind of ignore them and keep pursuing. And you pretty much gotta pursue all the way to the red line, and then they'll stop at the red line or mess up, and you can probably catch them right about then. But I mean, they're faster than you, so see right there, they stop, and that's when my guys do catch them. I'm gonna make sure they're gone, so I'm gonna chase them all the way off the red line. And while I'm doing this, I'm also chasing this one. But see how my army is getting kind of separated, but the only thing they could do is charge me with horses, so, and that's actually what I want them to do, so. They're not very upgraded, so I'm not too worried. I guess they're decently upgraded, but I mean, compared to the advantage I have with spears, it doesn't worry me. See what he's doing here? He's trying to he's trying to get really close, and then when I turn around, he takes a couple shots with his archer warband. And I almost caught him at this red line, but he managed to take a kind of curved at this route here, so I'm actually gonna have to chase him even farther. Yeah, it's quite a ways down here. But we'll see that, and I don't know why these guys are walking. They should be running. See, his horse is already very tired. My guys are very tired, exhausted, shaken. So I mean, I knew we'd get very tired, but I knew he's gonna be pursuing me with all his units. So I mean, when we're both exhausted, we're pretty much back to equal level. So the whole running part isn't a huge deal. Here he is again, trying to egg my guys on, but I'm just ignoring him. Until he actually touches, I'm not worried about it. That's when I turn around and try to kill some more of his cav. And I instantly turn around and continue pursuing his archers because I don't want to be taking rear shots there. While that's happening, it's also he's also charging this group as well. But I put my phalanx down, and I do manage to kill a good amount of his horses right there. Trying to regroup these guys the best I can, but I mean, I can only run so fast. And here's where these guys get kind of caught in a pincer. I'm trying to enclose on them, but they get out because they're once again have the speed advantage. But I almost got them. I think I got 3 or 4, but definitely not what I wanted. It's more worrying over here because this is my general's unit, and you never want to leave your general out alone. He's probably the most important part of your army, is your general. But he is here for glory, and he's gonna be charging at this archer warband unit. I did route this Scythian horse archers. And he's gonna charge me over with his general, which I'm actually happy about. I really want to get his general, because I know once his general's gone, then pretty much his whole army is gonna suffer a huge morale loss, especially with these barbarian factions. And I also route another head hunting. So you could just see the massacre here of the horses compared to my maybe 10 Sacred Band guys that have suffered.
General has sacrificed himself.
Oh yeah, but I was distracted here. He actually did get my unit back here.
To turn and run.
But I mean, that's okay. I mean, most of his army is over here. I guess these guys are routing. I mean, I guess this is one less guy to pay attention to. He's head hunting maidens and head hunting maidens. Back to this side. It's hard fighting these battles on 2 fronts, I mean. And I do actually charge in right here, and then he does get me on both sides, but I know these guys are pretty good troops, so I'm I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty sure they got advantages towards both. They've got a melee advantage towards the archers and a huge advantage towards this cavalry, so I know they can hold their own without breaking. And there goes his general, which makes everything a lot easier, and that routs his archers. And just to make sure they don't come back, I'm going to chase them all the way to the end. Because when you rout an enemy and they've got this many units left, I mean, they're almost guaranteed to come back. So you just got to keep chasing them to make sure, or kill. Maybe it's best with cab, but of course I don't have cab, so it's good to have a designated unit to chase down routing guys to prevent them from coming back. Definitely gonna be a bunch of new interesting tactics in the new Rome 2, because there's a new line of sight introduced. They're gonna have scouts and stuff like that, and this is gonna be a lot more abilities on your units. Like the general is gonna have more rally abilities. I think the cav is gonna have, I think it's called Draco, and it lowers the morale. So I mean, you're gonna have to be concentrating a lot more on using your abilities at the right time and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to add a lot to the game, and I'm excited to use those. See, in Rome 2, you'd be able to actually rally these guys and probably prevent them from routing. It's a new move for the general unit, but see, they actually do stop routing here, but they're just going to instantly, I don't even think he notices, so they're going to turn around and try to take some front shots at me. I don't think it does anything. But as soon as I touch them, they just break instantly again. There's that little engagement. Let's see. As soon as the first sword hits, they get scared again, and they're pretty much gone at this point. Just a whole row of them dying. And once you round twice, you're pretty much done for the rest of the game. So that's that for them. Then I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward this, because at this point his army is pretty far out and it takes him a little bit to get here, and my guys are exhausted, and I definitely want to rest them while his guys walk over. His guys are exhausted too, so at this point we're both going to be resting. I think he accused me of corner camping, but really I was just following his guys. I mean, that's where they went. I wasn't making a break for the corner. I just wanted his archers dead, so we're gonna rest up our guys. Really like watching how these, like the history of the battles, like you can tell there's a huge engagement here and a couple little skirmishes here, there. There's just little piles. I love how the bodies stay, and you could just kind of retrack how your battle went, and it adds a lot to it, and it's really just a cool feature to me. Yeah, I think one of the units, the headhunting maidens I routed, actually came back. And these horse archers earlier, yeah, they definitely came back. But I think they're ammo-less. They're definitely out of ammo, and he still has some ammo with his archer warband, but I don't think he ends up actually using it, which is probably not the greatest idea. But I mean, like, I guess he only has one unit, so even if he does shoot at me, I'd be able to just turn and face it, so it wouldn't be too effective as it normally was when you had superior numbers. Just gonna hang out here. A little bit upset I lost my general, but it's okay. They can deal with it. Does that only have one upgrade? Or is does that flag count? I don't know. I see these little flags. These are the upgrades, if you didn't know. I'm pretty sure this does have two, but I guess that counts as one, maybe. I do not know. And me and him are just chatting about things. I think he, at this point, I think he pretty much accepted defeat, or thinks he's going to lose at least. Which, I mean, he might be able to still win, but it's just these phalanxes are so effective against Cav, and it's pretty much the rest of his army, so. That soldier view. Would not want to be there, honestly. video games are where it's at. Don't gotta do this stuff in real life. These warrior babes, the warrior princesses. A bunch of Xenas running around. I wonder if they still have these headhunting maidens. Because they don't have the Scythian faction in Rome too. I wonder if they still have these female warrior type. I haven't seen any females in any of the pictures actually. I'm sure some of the barbarians had them somewhere. It's kind of cool seeing females on the battle scene. This is not very common in this era. Yep, and here comes the slow march. They're gonna get into position. I guess I could have moved out. I guess technically it's like I'm camping, but could have moved out and gave him a more fair chance to surround me, but I just kind of I stopped where his archers died, so. I'm sorry about the length of this battle. It is a pretty long battle, not gonna lie. But I mean, just these skirmish battles usually are pretty long because you spend so much time exchanging archer fire and trying to get every little unit you can. Just nullifying the other guy's numbers, pretty much. You can do it. Come on, Scythia, make a last stand. They don't have their general, so I mean, it's going to be a lot tougher without that. Moving on up. Their shirtless forest warband. They'd want some armor. Just be getting sunburned. All this heat. It's a hot sun over there. All the way in Egypt. Scythia's they're from the north, aren't they? Must really have a grudge for these Carthaginians. The Romans convinced them that the Carthage people are no good. It's a slow surrounding. And here's where I move up. And you'll see right here, I think I'm gonna actually be going for these archers because these guys just run away. And I noticed that they still have arrows, so they're always my main target. With phalanx troops, you always just want to kill the archers for the most part. See, he's trying to distract me again, scare my guys, but I know what he's doing. He's been doing it this whole game, so. These guys are going for the red line, so I'm going to try to run these guys forward and actually corner them in. And this is where he actually turns and he attacks, because he realizes my guys are somewhat separated. He's going to try to just take out this one unit, but I turn and I put down my phalanx, and then I charge these guys into the cav. And I've definitely got the advantage here, even though I am surrounded. Just my guys are just superior. See that right when that phalanx drops is right when that routes causes that to rout. That guy routs here soon, and there goes the archer route, and yep, that's the end of the battle. It's a good game to Scipio Africanus. I had a lot of fun. I definitely was a lot worried when I first started this battle, but it turns out it was a victory. It was a close victory, so he definitely played well. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.